some things that struck me. One thing that's really important is whenever you have those 2/8 notes, like in measure 1, and you have a quarter against it, don't let go of the quarter note too soon. Now, it's true that the pedal is going to help us along when we go quicker. But now that we're broadening the tempo for practice purposes, you really want to obey the notation. And the notation is that the A on the bottom has to stay for 2/8 notes. Hear that? And it creates a little dissonance. He wants this passing dissonance because A and B don't fit together, do they? Hear that dissonance? And he wants those passing dissonances. That's part of the composing of this piece. It goes all the way through. So, again, that's important. Now that continues. I'm just doing the fundamental bass for that reason. Now here again. Right? Still holding that D because it's worth 2/8 notes. Here again, the G has to have 2/8 notes running through it. See? Still there. The other big thing was this motif, this opening idea, which is threads through the whole piece, has to be like a little beginning of a scale. When you do your scales, you should literally be rolling into the first few notes like this. See how roll in? Roll into that. Or if you did your G major scale, roll into that. Right? We don't want things like, we don't like that. Here again, it's soft and it's a rolling motion through A, B, C. That's the beginning of a scale. So, you're going to go a little bit below that note. Right? Same thing here is another rolling 3 notes. More of these rolling notes. Rolling. Now come around, one big line. As far as the ornament is concerned, we don't want to know it's anything like that. It's just like floating, flowing, decorating the E. It's that's all it is. And again, the wrist motion should really help you. Here's another important thing. When you played this C and you had all these notes here, right here, look how long the C is held. Still held. Now you release it. So you have to practice. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 notes traveling through that C until it's released. You want to be very attentive to what's on the page, how it's written, the notation. In another place here, same thing here. Okay, there's F sharp is still surviving the E, and the F sharp are still there because there's 2 notes going through the E in the left hand. On the ornament, what's going to happen is, again, I'm not using pedal now, travel on the beat. On the beat. The left hand tells us that. Yes. Same thing here. On the beat. But don't crash on the ornament. Don't make it so articulated that we're made aware of it's coming now. Instead of decorating, making it pretty, making the melody a little bit more ornate. So it's just same thing here. Look what happens. All the way to still holding the A. Ornament doesn't, is part of that decorating the 2/8 notes. So all of it has to fall under the A. And here, all of this has to fall under the E. Watch. Still there. Yeah, so you don't want to be letting go of your bass, or we're losing the harmony that's formed between the bass and the treble. There's always harmonic. Everything's got melodic and harmonic together, bundled together. So you need to practice that. The other things, your arpeggio. These are the basic things that needed. The arpeggio that you did with the E major arpeggio, you have to apply all the rules, or the way we do the arpeggios. We sneak your thumb under, triple it. Here comes the thumb under. See if you do an arpeggio? It's like that, right? Roll into under thumb, under thumb, under thumb, under. No twisting, none of that stuff. The other thing is roll into that, not that, but deeper, because it's getting a crescendo, like this, right? Right. Make sure you do a legato, though. There's a legato from 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yeah, make sure you have a seamless arpeggio. Seamless.
Uh,
Right, now make sure the group of 5 that you have is in 16th note value, but it also is very even and evenly spaced. So you get triplet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, don't delay getting to the B though, watch. Triplet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. That's right, right, that's right. And apply the same business with the feather-like thumb. The thumb doesn't want to hear the thumb crashing in between these, registers of the arpeggio. Make a light thumb and let everything float. A floating arm, light thumb. Now the big thing with this was every time you have A, B, C, or you have D, E, F, and these are all little pieces of a scale. They're stepwise. You don't want to crash on the first note. You want to roll into the passage. And you have so many of those stepwise, measures that start with a beginning of a scale that you have to apply that idea of, right? Right? Instead of falling on your thumb. That's a big thing. Those are the main points. The rolling motions, the fact that the bass note has to have its full value, and the eighths have to flow through to their full value through the quarters. On the arpeggio, the thumb has to be smoothly coming under, passing, shifting, very even rhythm, very framing rhythm. Now that E is very important. That E can be too loud because it's the third beat of what would have been the preceding measure, right? So 1 and 2 and light. That's a light finger right away. It's that sound. But also that second beat kind of crashed on you, right? But just now, remember, this is not loud. It's tiara, tiara. And here, second beat can't be crashing. Keep holding bass, resolve. This held.
Let me do right hand, maybe.
Right. Right. The main thing is to watch out for that second beat thumb, in that measure, that it doesn't crash. You have to go around that thumb, around to the A. That's more important to get to that A upstairs in that measure. Right. I'd go out of my way to whisper my thumb. Still too loud. Your thumb is still kind of noticeable, and I'm not watching, I'm just listening. So, better. Good. Now you just straighten the ornament out. See how even that can be, even. It actually can be quite even. It's yeah, you don't want to start compressing it or, crowding it into a tiny space. It's just breathed out. Breathe. That's a place to really breathe because you want to flesh out the A, but you don't want it to smack. You want to lean on rounded A, leaning round. Good. Now that's right. That's getting better. You want to sensitize your ears to what do you want to hear before you play it. Here's the thing. You are resolving, watch, 2, there. The resolution note is the final E there. So you want to really think, I'm going to my resolution E, half note. Right, I would even get a little softer toward the resolution. Roll into them. It's getting better. I'd make more of. Yeah, try not to get away from sort of the vertical playing, because you want to keep that contouring and big curves. This is a curvaceous piece. Just lots of circles and curves. Take a pause, do some breathing, and in your mind, breathe out that phrase. I mean, look at those two measures and breathe in your mind. What do you want to hear before you even begin to take that image and put it here? I kind of know it's as a singer, and I don't sing. I try to sing what I want to do through my fingers. You know, you just want floaty on. That was much better. The only part that could be improved is this. Yeah, delay your E. Delay the last E, the half note E. Yeah, so it floats out and it's resolving. You know, the D sharp wanted to resolve to the E. So that was better when you went. Let's say I go 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. Yeah, because I think you have the counting okay. I don't see a rhythmic problem at all. The ornaments are just, before, we're getting a little bit too much mechanically played and sort of like, here they come and I've got to get all the notes right, as opposed to just being an outflow of the melody. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. Now you played it correctly. That's exactly what was beautifully played. To play this Chopin well, you have to think in contours and curves. I use a lot of wrist motion on them, because look, watch my wrist. See? Look at my wrist. I'm not doing freeze, rest, play fingers. They're floaty, poetic ornaments. See that? It's Chopin, you know, it's that kind of lyricism that you want, that floaty sound, that horizontal sound. You know, especially like I'm emphasizing today is the ta, that beginning, instead of trying to do things like that. You know, getting away from that, grabbing notes and up and down sounds. I think you have a group of notes in a curve-like contour.